So it's Black History Month, and the NYPD wanted to celebrate. Well, that's great news. Well, unfortunately, great news oftentimes turns into bad news in America. But 100th Precinct put out a tweet, and I wanted to show it to you guys. So this is, like I said, 100th Precinct in New York City. So that particular precinct of the New York Police Department putting this out. Jack Johnson became the first African-American man to hold a World Heavyweight Championship boxing title in 1908. He held on to the belt until 1915. Hashtag Black Lives Matter. Okay, I look at that and I say, okay, wonderful, no problem. That sounds like a good way to remember Jack Johnson and other things in Black history and a way to celebrate Black culture. Okay, others looked at it and thought, how dare they? How dare they what? Well, let's find out. We've got an anonymous police source in New York City raging about it and demanding answers. They say, how can a precinct commander lead people when she aligns herself with a group that is known to hate law enforcement and wishes police officers dead? She's making a political statement on a job website. Let's see what the police commissioner does now. If they don't take action, then I guess the police commissioner and the mayor condone this. So what kind of action do we have to take? We have to fire people for saying that Black Lives Matter. All right, so let's break this down in a couple of ways. Number one, does Black Lives Matter as a group want police officers dead? Not remotely, they've never said it. No part of any organization has ever said it. There has been one chant that Fox News found and says over and over again, fry him like bacon, which we've given you the context for 1,000 times, but the rest of the media will not report on it. Apparently the protesters were kidding around with the cops who were right there next to them. But it doesn't matter, okay, you don't believe me, that's fine. Fry them like bacon. Wow, they had one bad chant. Did they ever take any action? And it was one group in one city. No, it's so easy to demonize. What is the heart of Black Lives Matter? What does the overwhelming majority of the Black Lives Matter protesters and organizers want? Something really simple, for Black lives to also matter. They never asked for more privileges. They never said, I don't want you to care about white lives or Asian lives. That would be preposterous. They're for civil rights. They're asking, can Black Lives Matter also? Do they criticize law enforcement from time to time? Yes. Do they say we shouldn't have any cops? No. What do they say? They say, can the cops also care about us? Oh my God, how dare you? No. The cops should only care about certain people. What is the counter to that? Shouldn't it be obvious? Shouldn't we all open our arms and say, yes, of course Black lives should matter too. And of course that they're part of the community that we're supposed to be serving. If you don't agree with that, what is wrong with you? So apparently just simply saying Black lives should matter is an affront to these cops in New York. An affront, like Black lives should matter? God, and you wonder why they protest you. You're shocked and chagrined to find out that the community does not trust you. When simply saying Black Lives Matter is something that enrages you so much that you think somebody should be fired over it. So, as Law and Crime reports, the tweet was later deleted and replaced with the same message in the hashtag Black History Month. Now, it turns out it wasn't the head of the precinct, the woman that's pictured in the tweet that sent it out. It was an underling. Who cares? I wish it was her, and I would celebrate her. I don't know if the underling meant to put it Black Lives Matter or meant to put Black History Month. It doesn't matter. Wouldn't it be great if a local police department said, yes, Black lives do matter. They matter to us because they're our community and we're here to protect them and we're here to serve them. Wouldn't that be amazing? That apparently is too much to ask for. So now, look, I'm sure the police commissioner doesn't want any part of this controversy. The mayor doesn't want any part of it. Everybody gets super angry on both sides. The two sides are, should the police be reformed in any way, shape, or form to serve the entire community, or should they not? No, the police are perfect and they shouldn't. You don't touch them. How dare you criticize them? We'll do whatever the hell we want to the community and you'll like it. Those are your two sides apparently. What's the other side? What's the other side? That Black lives shouldn't matter? That they shouldn't ask for civil rights? Police should never be reformed? What's the other side? Are you telling me that you think that the cops, if you're a right winger who hates Black Lives Matter, that cops have never abused anyone. They've never abused African Americans. All the statistics that show you that blacks and whites smoke marijuana at the same rate, but blacks are arrested at 4 times the rate. That's all made up. I know everything is made up. And then one blogger found another statistic that is in contravention of 99% of the other statistics, and maybe climate change doesn't exist, and maybe there's an alternate reality, and maybe the crowd size for Trump was larger than any other crowd that's ever happened, because I live on planet Mars and everything is different there. But the reality is, yes, of course some cops, not all cops, but some cops, unfortunately a lot of cops in different times, in different places, have disproportionately targeted African Americans. It's not to say that they should all be fired, they should all be fried like bacon. It doesn't mean any of that. It just says, can we reform the police a little bit? And so when they react so virulently in this way, at least some of the cops that reacted to this tweet in the press, it gives you a sense, not that they need less reform, that perhaps they need more reform. Now, luckily, it looks like they're not going to do anything to the precinct captain. An NYPD spokesperson said the officials are, quote, currently reviewing the Twitter account of the 100th precinct for all those terrible things that they said about how Black lives might actually matter. The NYPD admitted, however, that nothing was likely to come of that investigation, noting, quote, there is no indication that any discipline will be given out. The fact that this is even a debate is preposterous and depressing. Look, I personally run into a lot of cops who love this show, say great things about us. They're part of our audience. We got family members who are cops and some of the hosts and on the people who work here. But it is also troubling that there is a whole nother set of cops out there who think that the idea of reform to serve everybody in America equally is abhorrent to them. We don't know who's who. There are a lot of good cops out there, and there's a decent amount of bad cops out there. And this kind of reaction is not helpful to the community, and that means everyone in the community, white, black, Asian, it doesn't matter. It is counterproductive and disconcerting. If we can't trust our cops to protect and to serve us as they are supposed to do, are we comfortable giving them badges and guns? I want to be comfortable. I want the cops, wherever it's needed, to be reformed enough so that we know that they're serving the whole community and everyone can have peace of mind about what they're doing and that they're here to actually protect us. It's not too much to ask for. If you want to get the whole Young Turks show every single day, become a member, tytnetwork.com/join. And once you do, you'll be saying,
you know, I'm like a smart person.
Or you might say,
I think it's weird.
Or you might say,
oops.
No, that won't be that one. It won't be that one. It'll be great, trust me. tytnetwork.com/join.